I am doing 3 videos for 3 fantastic, awesome friends. I'm going to do Stevie's tag first, followed then by Marc's, followed then by Dave's. Now, Stevie is asked, do we have a purpose in life? Well, before I start, I believe in God. I'm hoping one day to see my family, my dad, my pets, and when my mum dies, even my mum. But do we have really a purpose in life? Really matter of speaking, I've wondered this all my life. What purpose am I here for? I'm a person who doesn't know a lot. I wake up, I eat, drink, sometimes have a laugh. I do my paranormals, try to do that twice a month. But really, my purpose, I don't think for 1 minute we have a purpose. We are born free during the space of our lives. You can also say we are slaves. We go out to work, working for someone. Those people is telling us what to do, how to do it. Then, if the good Lord is willing, we retire. But when we retire, we still got rules and regulations to go by. When we die, we've got to pay to get out, to be buried. So my own personal view is, no, I can't see we have any purpose whatsoever here. And I'm hoping and praying when it's my time, my purpose will be with my family. If the good Lord says, I don't want you in heaven for a time being, then I would like to haunt one of my favourite castles that I go to. So Stevie, I don't know if this is it, but there's your tag. I am now doing Marc's fantastic 3-question tag. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 1. If you were told that one of the following superstitions would actually grant you a wish and bring you good luck, if you choose the right one, which would you choose? A. Making a wish, then blowing all the stuff off dandelion that has gone to seed. B. Making a wish on your birthday and blowing out all the candles on the cake. C. Finding a penny. D. Breaking off the larger piece of a wishbone. Well, breaking off a wishbone I have done many times. That hasn't never brought any good luck. Finding a penny, I picked up pennies nearly every day I pick up a penny. Blowing out birthdays, I've done that. Blowing off the dandelion stuff, I've done that. I think I would go with finding a penny. That's the one I would go for. Anyway, moving on to number 2. What is the most disgusting thing you have ever eaten? Bolognese. I cannot stand bolognese. I tried it. It looks like sick. It tastes like sick. I'm really matter of speaking. Anyway, moving on to number 3. Oh, God bloody. Okay. Moving on to number 3. Jasmine has hired a hitman. Yeah. To hunt Marc down. Would you turn him over for the bounty? Well, Marc, let me put it this way. I don't have to find you. I don't need anybody to help me. Because really matter of speaking, my hitman knows everything about the world. He's a very trained, highly intelligent person. We know roughly where you are. And he follows you for a good few weeks, taking pictures when you're out in the woods, in your backyard, in the yard, whatever you want to call it. And then after a few weeks you will start getting little letters coming through your box, photographs of you, things that you do. He does it in a way that you will be so scared in the end, so petrified in the end, that you will die normally. Yeah. I'm not going to say when, where or how, but we'll see. Anyway, Marc, there's your answers to your questions. I hope you enjoyed. Moving on to Dave's tag. 10 questions. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 1. What has fear of failure stopped you from doing? That's an interesting question. And honestly, Dave, I don't know. There's something, but I just don't know. Moving on to number 2. Who would you like to please the most? Well, since I'm living with my mum, I'm going to go with to please my mum most. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. If you could go back in time and change things, what would you change about the week that has just passed? I don't think there's anything that I would change this last week. Nope. Anyway, moving on. When you meet someone for the very first time, what do you want them to think about you? I'm going with you, Dave. Nothing, because moving on. Who would you like to forgive? I can't. I cannot forgive. I'm sorry, but really matter of speaking, I cannot forgive. No. Anyway, moving on. At what point during the last 5 years have you felt lost and alone? Every day for the last 6 years I've been lost and very much alone. I told you a story about my son who got hit by the car. Anyway, moving on. What is one opportunity you believe you missed out when you were younger? I am going to go with boxing. Now, when I was going to turn 19, I was going to be in a tournament, the Olympics. Now, the reason why I didn't get to the Olympics when I reached 19, stupid me, got married, and the one that I married to first, she wanted me to stop boxing, so I stopped boxing. So I regret not going on in the Olympics to see how far I could have got and then hopefully come as a professional. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. What do you want more in your life? I'm going to say what anybody else would say. Money. Yeah. Yeah. And get rid of my stress in my head, the anxiety, everything what's in my head to get rid of. What do you want less of in your life? My head, as I said, the stressfulness that I have over all these years, I want less of if I could get rid. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 10 and last. Who depends on you? My mum. My mum depends on me, making sure she's got her tablets each morning, each afternoon, each evening before she goes to bed, making sure she gets a meal, a cooked meal in the evenings, making sure she has sandwiches whenever she wants a sandwich, cups of tea when she wants a cup of tea. So really matter of speaking, she depends on me, which my own personal view, I think she doesn't. Anyway, there you go, Stevie. There you go, Mark. There you go, Dave. Thanks for listening. God bless. Take care. Love you loads.